have our special guest in
First
the building today.
Yes. Woo woo.
You want to introduce yourself?
First of all, I feel honored to be your first guest,
Our
your first
honor.
special guest. I'm Tiffany. I am the CEO and owner of Optimus Organics.
Girl power. Hey, Sister Circle. We didn't say hi to you either. Tiffany, thank you so much for joining us. I need to first start by saying how life-changing your products have been for me. And I was going to share Sister Circle, so now I'm going to share here, personal pages. I've been talking to my coworkers about it, my family. I suffer with debilitating back pain from scoliosis, major surgery as a teenager. I have rods in my back, all kind of hardware in my back. And as I got into my late 40s, my spine just started to act crazy and the pain was crazy. So the diagnosis was spinal stenosis, which is a narrowing of my spine. I have arthritis in my lower back, and just the 3 discs that were left below all the hardware are just kind of hanging out. So the arthritis is just unbearable, which gave me like excruciating lower back pain in both of my hips from just being out of balance, and sciatica, which goes down my leg.
Sounds so painful.
Yes, awful, to the point where I couldn't even clean my house without being down for a few days. So fast forward, CBD oil comes and sea moss comes. After 1 week, I'm literally cleaning my whole house. Now, and I won't pretend it's with no pain, but it's bearable. It's just a little twinge here and there. And the only time the pain really comes is if I'm doing too much. Like, okay, girl, sit down. You did too much
Think you'll
today.
make me cry in the first
No, I'm serious. I'm serious. I want to cry
I
with
grabbed my
you.
tissues. I was like, I knew it.
I already had my tears. So, yeah. So that's one. And then the sea moss, the energy that I have, I feel better than I have felt literally in the last 15 years plus.
That's a blessing.
So, life-changing. We can't wait to drop all of our information in the description.
Yes.
This is coming from a 52-year-old that has been dealing with pain. I even wore heels for the first time.
Oh,
Me
shit.
too, where?
Y'all gonna be mad at me because that's definitely a oh shit moment.
I haven't been able to wear
Because she be on
heels,
Steve Madden like, oh, I like these, but I'm not getting them. Okay.
So, yeah, I am super excited to spread the word. Already one of my coworkers has started. I was telling you a little bit about my husband just like fishing around, trying to decide. So yeah, thank you. But, and do you want to talk first before I ask? Because I need to understand your why. Like, I can manipulate this whole conversation.
She's like, listen. No, but just the CBD, because first of all, I have anxiety when through several different situations. If I'm out with my kids and it's just me and 3 kids, because with everything going on with kids now, it's just like, oh my gosh, I gotta watch all of y'all at the same time. Or just being in social settings and having to talk, which is hilarious because I'm doing a podcast. But with that, and then like even in certain driving situations, I don't drive across bridges. Like they give me anxiety to the point where I had pulled over and been breathing inside of a paper bag. So I will say the first time I noticed driving, I drove in Florida. We went on vacation and my husband's like, I need you to make another stop. Normally I would have been like, no, you do it. You already know what the situation is, but I did it. And then once I got back to the house, I'm like, oh crap, I did it. Not waking up, first of all, because I have the sciatic pain too. So waking up and not having to do a 15-minute stretch just to get out the bed, which you warned me about, but I'm like, it's not possible. I'm always going to be like this. So to be able to do that with no pain, to be able to not have anxiety when I have my kids, from dealing with postpartum depression and now waking up with a smile on my face and it's not forced anymore. Like, that's why I'm like, I don't think she understands
the magnitude
of how many people's lives you're about to change. And I'm not a health nut. This is the health nut. I'm not a health nut at all. The more candy, the more sugar, the more chips, the better.
We're working on that. Work in progress.
But I did progress. I took the snacks out of my nightstand drawer, so it's progress.
Okay.
But and I went to a vegan restaurant, and enjoyed it. Yes, who knew? Yeah. But to even the sea moss and the energy, like now I can run and I can chase my kids. And now I have them taking it. I have to mix it with jelly and put it on their toast. So they don't know what it is.
Oh, that's creative.
Yes.
Any way I can get it down. Like,
a little bit
how are you going to take it? My son will take it in a milkshake. Okay, that's what's going to work.
Nice.
But
yeah, it has literally been life changing. I just can't say enough to say thank you. But as I was thinking about your products, it makes me think about your why, your story, because just in my journey, I know that anytime you have a product or a purpose that is life-changing for people, that helps them to be whole, helps them to be healthy, helps them to be well, adversity always comes, because it's like, oh no, you're not going to get to this path easy and just help all these people and think nothing's going to happen along the way.
Not easy at all.
So I want to understand your why and your story. Just tell us a little bit about your story or your path to get you where you are today.
Okay, so 3 years ago, I was extremely obese. Even though to everybody else, I looked thicker than a Snicker. I was 185 pounds, but I'm only 5'3".
Okay.
So it was mainly, down here. And walking up the steps was always hard for me. My knees hurt all the time. I was suffering with leg issues. The doctors couldn't figure out what was going on with me. I started getting a pain around my heart that was bothering me. I was running out of breath quickly. I just didn't feel healthy. I knew I wasn't healthy, and I needed to do something about it. I came across sea moss from an ex. He introduced it to me. And at first, the texture threw me off, the taste threw me off, everything threw me off, but it was suppressing my appetite. It was the only thing that worked for me. Now, I'm not downing any Herbalife people out there. I love y'all. But I tried Herbalife. I tried the keto diet. I tried vegan. I tried pescatarian. I tried everything. I tried intermittent fasting. Nothing worked for me except this sea moss. And what it was doing was it was giving me energy. It was giving my body the minerals that our bodies need. And I just felt amazing. And I didn't feel hungry.
Yeah.
So I would eat it in the morning. I had to mix it in applesauce to eat it. That was the only way I could eat it. And I would eat a bunch of it, and it would be 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon, and I'm still not hungry, and I still feel like Superwoman, capable of so much. When I first started eating sea moss, I was in a really bad accident. Some lady hit me head on, totaled my car, and totaled my neck. So I have 2 herniations, 2 bulging discs, and I could not work out. The doctor said I couldn't work out for at least a year, just to little small workouts to build my strength up. But I lost 50 pounds without working out.
Wow.
With the sea moss.
Wow. So, that's amazing.
Thank you. I'm
about to go take a big Bahamas cup and scooping it in. Hurry up.
Do not function well if we don't have the minerals they need. So some people who are struggling to lose weight is because their body doesn't have the specific minerals to allow their bodies to lose the weight or gain weight. I've helped people gain weight with sea moss as well.
Okay.
So I started playing, experimenting, adding cinnamon, adding honey, but then I realized that honey is really sugar.
Okay.
You got to be specific where you get your honey from because bee farmers feed sugar water to the bees, and then you're just eating sugar.
Okay, straight.
So I learned about agave and the benefits of agave. Agave actually has a ton of health benefits and actually lowers A1C levels. It's low in the glycemic index. So it's very, very good for people who are diabetic.
Yeah.
So I started experimenting with different flavors, different things, different herbs, and started making it for my family. So my father, he has diabetes. It lowered his A1C levels immediately.
Wow.
He was like, wow, Tiffany, this is good stuff.
Yes.
I sent it to my grandmother. She has extreme arthritis in her fingers. It helped with the inflammation.
Yeah.
I gave some to my sister who has lupus. She didn't sleep for 2 years. And then after eating the sea moss, she was able to get her first full night's rest of sleep after coughing up all the mucus that was in her body.
Yes.
So, have you experienced that?
Yeah. We've been going through that the last month. Just mucus from, I'm like, oh God.
It pulls it out of you. You think you're sick, but you're not sick.
Yeah.
It's just pulling it out of you because
so now we know what
Yeah, because I was, oh God, I went to the doctor's yesterday. I'm like, can you explain to me what's going on?
So mucus causes diseases. Mucus in the brain will eventually become Alzheimer's or dementia. Mucus in the lungs will eventually become lung cancer. So it pulls the mucus out of you, that's one of the things I really love about
Listen,
it's been a lot. She also does detoxes.
Okay.
One of my Tanisha's on. Girl, she's on the detox right now, and she detox like every 6 months. She's like, whatever's in me got to come out. And she's like, I can't go nowhere. She's like, this one's different. I like this one.
And it's all 100% organic herbs. Mm-hmm. That's the best part about it.
I have to try that too. How long is that? A 2 weeker or 10 days?
So I have a 1 week and I have a 2 week. And then I have a different one that's a nightly.
Okay.
But the full body detox, I do recommend people do that, a couple times a year. Yeah. Especially whenever the season changes because it really helps with allergies.
Okay. Which is a big for me. Big allergies.
What's gonna come out of my? I've never done a detox.
I have.
Lord,
I have, and it's necessary. I agree with you. It's necessary to do. I say at least twice a year. It changes everything. Mm-hmm. So I have to look into that. I haven't looked at that one yet.
You'd be surprised what our bodies hold.
Yeah, I believe it.
And for how long? Mm-hmm. So we have stuff in us that's been sitting there for, and I'm talking about been sitting in us. For a very long time, we hold 15 to 25 pounds of waste.
That's insane. Yeah. I was telling Tiff, and I'm going to tell you is without gross. I was away for, 5 days, so I didn't have the sea moss. But when I came back, first day, nothing. The second day, I'm like, honey.
It regulates you. It puts you back on track.
And I've never been regulated before. Remember we were talking about that? Because I knew something was wrong. Well, I didn't know something was wrong until my husband told me. Because he's regular.
I need to go to the
so he's looking at me like, it's been a week. Like you don't think nothing wrong with that? And I'm like, mind your business with my behind. Worry about yours. But now I'm just like, okay. Yeah, I didn't know it was too long until he said something.
Poison in your body.
It's like, the kids go every day. You don't see nothing wrong with a week.
But if that's your norm, you wouldn't think it was out of the ordinary. Yeah. So 50 pounds lighter for you. And then that's how the whole business was born. After trying it out first.
After giving it to my family and hearing their testimonies, I was like, whoa. If I help them, my immediate family, imagine how many people I can help. Mm-hmm. And I've always been a businesswoman. I've always had side businesses. I was an Herbalife coach at one point. Okay. I had a jewelry business called Tiffany's Passion. I had a credit repair business. Oh, wow. I had a lingerie business. Yeah. So I always had different businesses. But when this one came, I was like, whoa.
This is it.
This can be the business that breaks the generational curse on my family, and I can help hundreds of thousands of people. That is the goal. Yeah. I feel like I'm genuinely walking in God's purpose for me, and I feel it. I had a job for 14 years. I had the opportunity. They let me go. They laid me off, but I had the opportunity to come back. Out of the 7 that got laid off, they brought 5 back, and they were like, "You sure you don't want to come back?" I'm like, I am absolutely not sure.
But look at God pushing you out. You probably wouldn't have done it otherwise.
True. I was comfortable at that job.
Yes, we talk about that all the time.
Boy,
I was very comfortable.
I got pushed out of mine because I would have never left. Yeah. I would have never left. I was making good money. Yeah. My husband's the entrepreneur, so I had the steady income, the health benefits. I was 3 months into my first pregnancy and got let go. So I would have never left.
Yeah. So right away you went right into this, the whole business thing once you were let go from that job.
So I've been doing this for 3 years.
Okay.
So I've been doing this. It started off as a 50-50 LLC with my ex.
Okay. Oh, okay.
And, basically came home one day and my house was cleared.
Wow. Okay.
3 weeks later, I had to rebuild myself and come to a decision of whether I was going to keep doing this or not. Because that was so traumatic for me. Of course. I was in love with this guy, his kids and everything, and I was just completely blinded about what was actually going on. But I had to make a decision, either sit down, relax, and just not have a side business and just work and come home and just, you know, live life, or start another business and keep going. So it took me 3 weeks to make that decision. But after, you know, everybody blowing my phone up, like, where are you? We need CMOS. When can you deliver? Who's this weird guy delivering to me?
Yeah.
I'm like, all right, I guess I don't have the choice. The people need me.
Yeah.
And that's what it came down to. And honestly, I love it. I'm very passionate about it. So someone can take a lot from me, but they cannot take my passion.
Can't take it.
And this is genuinely my passion, helping people with the sea moss and other herbs and detoxes and supplements and just giving advice.
Yeah.
It really fills me.
Yes.
So it took a lot. So I want to talk about that process of the things that I did to get over that 3-week hump.
Yeah.
First of all, my family kidnapped me to Florida. They kidnapped me. They took me to my abuela's house in Florida.
Yeah.
She was praying over me. I didn't eat for 11 days. I was very, very depressed. It was like a double heartbreak. I was so like obsessed with my first business. I try not to get attached to the brand, but it's hard not to when you're so invested. Losing the business hurt way more than losing him. I guarantee you that was the part that hurt the most. That was the hump that I had to get over. Like, wow, I put all this hard work in and I have nothing to show for it. But what I had was experience. So I wasn't starting over. I was starting with experience, and I had to just get that through my brain. I prayed a lot. I pray a lot every day. But during this process, I prayed like for hours every single day. I meditated a lot. I had to like escape my mind. So meditation for me is like giving a shower to your brain. Just trying to think of nothing is so hard.
It is, very.
I listened to this book called The Untethered Soul.
Okay.
Really, really, really helped me. It's about 6 hours long on Audible, and I listened to it twice that week because I was like, I need to just, this needs to set in. I wrote poems. I still have a lot of them. They mean
That's
a lot to me.
Book. I'm just
That's
like,
your poem book.
Jesus.
Yeah, I wrote a lot of poems, and I just surrounded myself with people that believed in me and loved me. And after the 3 weeks, I was like, all right,
Get up, girl. Get up.
I'm ready to get back. And 3 weeks later, I had pallets of supplies being delivered to my house. And I started my next business, which was Core Wellness. So, you know, on the CMOS bags, you probably still see Core Wellness. We're phasing out the labels now. So I kind of made a rookie mistake. Don't make the rookie mistake, guys. I made a rookie mistake of not checking the trademark completely before going forward with that name.
Gotcha.
So I had the opportunity, still have the opportunity to get into a big store brand.
Okay.
And one of the things they asked me is, do you have a trademark? So when I went to start the process and it didn't go through, I was like, dang, I gotta start over.
Wow.
So that was, I'm not gonna lie, that was traumatic.
Yeah.
Like having to rebrand, I felt like I was reliving the first trauma. And a lot of people are like, what? Like that makes no sense. Like you'll be okay. But no, I'm a human, I feel. And that was a lot for me it took me 2 months to think of a name, to like process my thoughts and emotions. And I came up with Optimos Organics. So optimize your health with Optimos Organics.
I love it. Listen, as you were speaking, it was so hard for me not to cut you off, and I'm like, I need to.
I know, me and you both were screaming.
Ooh, God, like
go first,
it's one of those God tingly moments where all of that had to happen, and this is God speaking. I am 100% sure. All of that had to happen because the blessing was tied to you. As long as you had that connection, this wasn't going to happen.
Right.
And it wasn't until that connection was broken that he was able to do what he's going to do now. So
the
clear.
amount of open doors when people are attached to. Because there's a lot of people that will, how would you say, cling to the hem of your garment, trying to get your blessings, but they don't deserve
it was
them.
never attached to him or whoever. And where it came is he was reminding me of someone else, the exact same scenario. It was just different type of business. And as long as this person, as long as they were a joint venture, it was going nowhere. And it was traumatic for them. And it was like, I don't know how I'm going to get over this. How am I going to make it? As soon as that detachment happened, $1 million+ business. just going.
I heard God speak to me.
Good.
I heard him.
Yeah.
He was like, I have the path for you. I have these blessings for you, but I can't give it to you next to him.
Well, this is just your confirmation.
Yeah. And I was like, all right. And I released it and I put it into his hands. And I wake up loving my life every single day.
That's
versus
awesome.
3 years ago, I woke up stressing every day. I woke up scared. I was walking on eggshells around, this person. And to be able to just do everything freely and the way I want to do it, it feels so good, and it's very empowering too, because I can uplift other women that have been through similar situations.
Yes.
I'm done.
Don't
y'all.
do it.
I'm done. I'm done.
Her.
Because I told her that I didn't know Jesus. But when I met you, I couldn't put my finger on it. And I was telling my sister, I'm like, it's something about her. Because I was going to sit in my car because you and Warren were having a meeting. And I'm like, I usually just sit in the car and wait. And I just felt like this nudge almost pushed me out of my daggone car where I had to go in. And when I met you, I didn't know what your belief system was. I didn't know any of that. So now I'm just like, oh my God, because to see God in you and not know what it is, but it still stands out. That's why I'm like, I'm about to cry, because I'm usually able to see people and know what it is. But God let me see you before he showed me him. And he's never done that before. And that's why I'm just like, and I'm telling Warren, I'm like, she's absolutely amazing. And he's just like, well, yeah, she talks to people and she looks them in the eye, and she's
talking about the face.
She's the surface person stuff. And she's business and she's an entrepreneur. That's what we do. I'm like, no, Negro, this has nothing to do with you. It had take it off of you. Yeah, no, but not even understanding, but because God was allowing me to see you, and he wasn't able to see it. And not everything was for everybody. But I'm still overwhelmed at a sense of like, oh my God, because I still keep telling my sister, I'm like, I don't even think she
doesn't understand. You don't understand who you are in the kingdom. And now that you're sitting here, we can tell you, or I can tell you, and Tiffany can choose to share or not. But the adversity that came once we decided to put you in this room, Jesus, was literally like something I have never experienced before. But I'm clear now because I understand who I am in God. I can kind of laugh at it like, yeah, okay, I'm on the right track because this is coming. And some things we can't even share on camera. We'll share off camera later. But when I tell you the adversity was insane for an entire week. And this morning when I woke up, total peace. Because it's like, you're doing it anyway. I'm going to stop fighting her now. So listen, girlfriend, just stay tuned in to God and what he has for you. And it's almost like, which is another episode or topic that we have coming up, where you can't mess this thing up. Because as long as you stay tuned into him, the blessing is all over you. Yeah. It truly is.
We talk about even the things we felt as though we messed up. Mm-hmm. We still ain't messed up because he used it all.
Yeah.
And I don't think you understand how, I think you have an idea, but I want you to understand that you're untouchable in this season that you're in. Mm-hmm. That no matter what is coming after you, and that's why I would say the enemy didn't want us to, join forces, the whole Star Trek thing with my dad. Shout out to my dad. But he didn't want that to happen because he knew you were going to be more covered. Mm-hmm. And I didn't even watch it. The Bridgerton. Netflix. But she was just like, she was like, oh, I missed the woman you were. And she was like, yeah, but that's because I was easier to kill, or I was easier to take out. Mm-hmm. And the enemy is mad because he was trying to take you out and he couldn't. Yeah. And I know he's amazed because I'm like, dang, she went through all of that. Yeah, and I don't know anybody, myself included, who would have made it out of everything that you made it out of. Mm. And that speaks to what's on your life. Like why you had to keep going.
That's just a snippet.
Yeah.
That's just a snippet. That's just that relationship only lasted 1.5 years of my life.
Wow. Yeah. So it's a lot.
You know, we were supposed to meet last week.
Mm.
And I called you crying my eyes out because I was dealing with some strong, heavy stuff. But everything that I've been through just made me the woman I am today and made me strong for everybody else around me. Because when you serve others, you have to be strong. Absolutely. You have no other choice.
Absolutely, you do.
But as you reminded me, I need to give myself grace and time when I need it. And after we hung up, I spent 2 days in bed. And no matter how much I slept, I did not feel rested. But let me tell you something. When Sunday came around and I had my 2 events,
get up, girl.
I was back.
Get up.
I was back. I was well rested, and then after the 2 events, I climbed right back into my bed.
Yeah, and sometimes you need that, and a lot of times it's that need to sleep. It's not always your burden. It's like burdens that you're carrying for other people that will make you feel like I can't do it. Like it just literally sucks you.
Yeah.
But that's when you need people. And I didn't know like all the details for last week, nor do I need to know. But I knew that we needed to pray over you and cover you. And I was just talking to one of my friends about this morning, that God assigned specific people to your life, all of us, to cover us. And it's tapping into knowing who those people are, being vulnerable with them. Got to be trusted people.
Yes.
And allowing them to pray over you and cover you. Because like, even though and now I know I'm one of those people for you, because although I didn't know what was going to happen, but Thursday night, the attack that came overnight was again, like I told Tiffany, like, well, what is happening here? Not even knowing what was going to come. But then it's like, okay, that wasn't my burden. I need to cover her and to pray over her. But God will always have somebody to stand in the gap for you. And you just tap into that and you ride it out. And you know when those times come, it's okay. Like you said, I'm going to just sit here for a minute. It's all right. But then get up, girl.
For a second.
Yeah.
Because the DM is blowing up.
Yeah, we need our CMOS. So get up, girl, get up. But that's amazing. Kudos to you.
Thank you.
It's so admirable to see someone at a young age overcome so much adversity and keep going. Honestly, when I was your age, no, I wasn't that focused. Like it takes some people longer. So the fact that you're getting this so young, yeah, the sky's the limit.
To generational curses that you just
destroyed.
Yes.
My father is an entrepreneur. He's been his own boss my entire life. So I never seen him work for anybody else.
Okay.
So I grew up watching him be an entrepreneur and take care of the family.
Yeah.
So I knew it was in me. I was just, trying different things until I came across what was meant for me. And I believe it's this. 100%.
Without a doubt.
100%.
Without a doubt.
I feel, you said I'm protected. I feel protected.
Good.
I feel 100% protected. I have my angels here on earth, and I have my angels in the other realm that surround me, and I feel their presence. And that's very special and important.
That's good.
It's so much more. It's physical, it's mental, it's emotional, but it's spiritual. And I feel like if somebody's not spiritually grounded, then it leaves them open to be attacked in so many different ways. You have to be spiritually grounded. Like when somebody is so overwhelmed and depressed and sad, the first thing I think of is like, you need God. Like you need to open yourself up, and you need to pray. Yes. You need to ask for help. And that's something that I've been learning over the past couple years, because I'm so helping other people, go-getter. Like I always extend myself to help other people, but I never ask for help. And even when I pray, it's always like, thank you for this, thank you for that, thank you for this person, thank you for this opportunity. But I never ask for help. And then I got a sign, and I got, I heard, and it was like, you need to ask for help.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to ask. So now I'm starting to ask for help.
Good. I'm
spiritually
glad.
and physically here. And wow, some beautiful things have came out of it.
Yeah, I'm glad. I'm glad that you're doing that. I'm glad that you are being vulnerable. I'm glad that you're tuning in and listen to that still soft voice, because God will always speak and he'll always tell you what you need, what to do. Listen,
whether or not you listen or not.
Yeah, because it's always there, but sometimes we
Yeah.
get so caught up in our own thing. And I was just talking to Tiff about this. I was like, okay, I fell off for a little bit. Like, I kind of got so focused on doing. Oh, I need to do this. I need to do that. I need to, I have to do this for this person. I need to do this. Like, a lot of ministry stuff, but we can't get so busy doing that we're not listening to what God has to say, because we can't pour from an empty cup. We say it all the time.
I was just about to say that. Like, our cup needs to be full.
I'm not even knowing what that looks like.
Yeah.
Because I was the same way. Like, I just completely empty, depleted. And then I'm trying to figure out where this depression came from. It's like, okay, what do I do with this?
Yeah.
And then not having anybody around that you can't ask for help.
Right. Yeah.
I try not to cuss.
So since we're talking about filling our own cups, right? So I have a question for you, ladies. I know we're What are some of the things that you do to fill your own cup?
For me personally, to fill my own cup is just one, private time, like me time.
Yes.
That can look like me taking myself out to lunch, me reading a book, me spending time with God, but it's genuinely just me. And also just praying to God again. God, whoever you have for me, I need you to speak a little something to them to let them know. And he does it all the time. Like, where people will just give me a word of affirmation, a word of encouragement, just randomly. Like, I had a girlfriend last week and she's like, oh, let's go out to dinner. We went to dinner. She treats me to dinner. She gives me this beautiful, she knows I like blazers for work, beautiful blazer from Express. And I'm just like little things, So yes, but for me, it's quality me time. What about you?
I tap completely out.
Okay.
Because because I feel like I feel like there's something always to clean. Somebody's always hungry. Sometimes for me, I'll get cute for no reason. I put on my makeup. Like, I love being able to spend 2 hours in the mirror, do my makeup, and nobody talk to me. Like, nobody asked me for anything. Let me turn on my music and let me just zone out. I want to zone completely out because my mind is constantly working. Yeah. When somebody has a nightmare or somebody can't sleep, I'm walking around my house, praying over my house, my husband, my kids, everybody, and it gets draining. So I'm just like, don't know. And sometimes I get an attitude about it because now I know what I need. So now I'm like, don't talk to me. Like, don't ask me nothing.
Yeah.
Like, I did. One day I was like, I'm off today. Yeah. I'm not a mom. I'm not a wife. Don't ask me to build nothing. I'm not doing no marketing. Don't ask me to do nothing. I'm not doing nothing. I might not watch today. Like, I'm not doing.
If you choose not to,
I'm not
that's
doing
fine.
anything.
What about you?
So for me, it's been like working out.
Okay.
Like,
I need that in my life.
When I feel like anything, like angry or frustrated or just like, I'm gonna work out. And even if it's not like lifting heavy weights, just stretching does a lot for me.
Okay.
Just pulling the yoga mat out, stretching my body in different ways that it hasn't been stretched in a long time really relaxes me. But spending time with family. So I don't really get to do that because I'm just working all the time. I'm busy all the time. I'm go, and my family is all far. But when I do get to see my family, that really fills my cup and it grounds me.
That's good. I think for us, because we're all like right here, I didn't think about that. We have access. Yeah. Sometimes I don't want to be around. I don't want to be around all of them all the time. Sometimes that's like taken from my cup.
Honestly, that'll trigger my anxiety right there. Like,
it's not
all of y'all
in
one room.
And don't
Both
get me
sides,
wrong,
no.
like there are good moments, but yeah, and I guess it just depends on your audience. So like who you have in the room for that day.
And some days I just want to. Some days like I did last weekend, I just want to sleep. I mean, I was also tired because I took a 17-hour road trip from Florida, so I drove.
That's a lot.
And I did the drive myself, so it was very, very, very draining. But sometimes I just want to sleep and watch Law and Order.
And that can be an all day thing. Marathon.
That's my thing. Law and Order SVU, Law and Order Organized
too.
Crime. Like that's my thing. Too. I like to escape into somebody else's life or
world.
Yeah.
That's good.
They just did what show is that? The Queen Latifah's on.
Oh, The Equalizer?
Yes. Oh, it's so good. It's so good.
It's good. That's a good one.
I had to start watching it because I'm like, I gotta wake up at 5:30. I cannot.
And it comes on what, Sunday night, right? I think, or was it a marathon?
I was just binge watching.
Oh, okay, okay. I forgot you like
Netflix and all the
apps.
Stuff.
I think it comes on Sunday nights, and he really likes it too.
Yeah, that's really good.
Well, that's good. I can't wait to see. And I'm a journal girl, so I'm going to go home and mark this day in my journal because I can't wait to see what God has in store for you next. And I know it's something big.
I see myself traveling to help other people.
Nice.
I don't know what it is. I don't know where, but I know that it's coming. Like, I feel that it's coming. I see myself on a plane traveling somewhere else to help other people. Wow. And because I have such an amazing, wonderful team, shout out to the team.
Hey, team.
I have such an awesome team. Like, they hold it down. Like, right now, they're making over 300 pouches of sea moss right now as we speak. There's people pulling up to do curbside pickups as we speak. So I don't even have to be there for
it to run.
For it to run.
That's awesome.
Now that I don't have a full-time job holding me down, I'm able to do that.
Okay.
So I'm open to that. I'm willing to do that. But I feel it. It's just like a feeling.
Yeah.
I keep having this dream. Shout out to Produce Junction. I keep having this dream that I'm sitting down at a table with somebody from Produce Junction and we're signing contracts and I'm getting my CMOS into all the Produce Junctions.
Tangles.
So I'm going to pursue that. And if it doesn't happen, fine, I'll go to somewhere else. But just the fact that I keep having this dream.
Oh, yeah, it's coming.
Yeah.
It's coming. Now, is Produce Junction just in New Jersey or are they like...
I think they're in Jersey, Philly, and Delaware.
Okay.
But then you have Produce Junction, then you have Wegmans.
Yeah, grocery
Whole
store
Foods
stuff.
And Trader Joe's and
all
the list goes on and on. I know
over.
ShopRite supports small businesses. So, the
Target. Target has like their own.
Yeah. The big thing was the trademark. Like that's what they wanted to see. So the trademark is
that
through.
done? Yeah, okay.
Yeah, we got our own Tabitha.
Yeah, that just can't.
Yes,
that's why I said Target because that's what just came to my mind. Like Target, and they really do support, especially women.
And they remember how they did her clothing line too. And I know you were saying with the whole fitness.
Are you gonna do a fitness line?
I definitely want to do fitness,
and they need help.
That's in my trademark as well. Like, I love being in fitness gear all the time. Even when I'm not working out, I prefer to be in fitness gear. Yeah. I feel my most confident, my most sexiest, and it also keeps me on point with my body. Because,
you can see.
You can see what's
going on.
I'm like, all right.
Yeah, but no, you look great. Like you look cute in your leggings and stuff. So. Yeah, I can't wait. I cannot wait to see. I am super excited to see. So, okay, that's how we're going to be praying. If you're having that dream recurringly, it's something.
Yeah, it's definitely.
It's
something that's going to manifest. So,
what really does it for me, though? It's like, that's the business side of it. That's like side of it, like scaling my business to make it even. It deserves to be in all these stores, right? This product is amazing. But what really does it for me is the testimonies. Girl, that's what really does it for me. And every day I'm getting like texts and DMs, like your CMOS did this for me, your detox did that for me. And I cry every single day. Yeah. Like, another one. Another one, yeah.
It's all true. And I I don't take stuff like that lightly.
Right.
Like I'm very, and I told Tiff, I'm like, okay, let me experiment. I'm only gonna do CBD for a few days and not see more, because I need to understand what's doing what.
Yeah.
To really get it, and I got it. I got it. It's good. So I did want to ask you, because I've tried other sea moss, and I told you I couldn't stand the texture. Yours, yeah, it's breakfast. It's applesauce. Yay. So what separates your sea moss from others? Like, what makes your brand different from others?
I love that question.
I need to understand, because
oh my gosh, that question is so good. I've had
some bad sea moss, girl.
Ooh.
yours ain't it.
So we've really, because it's been 3 years, I've really, really perfected how to make it.
Okay.
And the process is insane. So I don't know if you ever looked up the process of making sea moss, but it's a long process and it takes a couple hours.
Okay.
But what a lot of people don't do is they don't clean it right. So sea moss is, when we get it, it looks like a box of ramen noodles. My sea moss is imported from St. Lucia.
Okay.
So St. Lucia actually has an active volcano, and any water surrounding an active volcano or volcanoes period are super mineral dense, which is why people feel the benefits of my sea moss versus someone else's sea moss. And sea moss grows everywhere. It grows in Jamaica, it grows in Ireland, it grows in Canada, it grows a lot of places. Yeah, it grows everywhere, but I prefer the St. Lucian sea moss the most because of the mineral content. So that's one thing that separates. 2, we clean it very, very well. It's strands, so we take our time cleaning each strand, which is what makes the process so long. We also strain it several times to make sure there's no seashells or strings or anything from the ocean. A lot of people don't do that.
Okay, yeah, because I've had some textures and I'm like,
And then like
it was grainy, like almost. I didn't like it.
And then some people, they put raw fruit in their sea moss. But when they do that, I mean, that's fine. I have a friend that has a sea moss business as well, and we support each other. He buys my black seed oil capsules. I buy his sea moss. It's like 3 flavors in 1 jar, and I could eat the entire thing in a second, right? It's so good. But the difference is our textures are a little bit different. So some people like that baby food fall off the spoon kind of just texture. Mine is a little bit more thicker. Passion fruit is not like that, but the other flavors, they're a little bit more thicker because I don't water it down. I want you guys to feel the benefits. If you don't like the texture, mix it into something. The other thing that separates is a lot of people sell sea moss in 16-ounce jars, which if you don't fill it to the top, it's not 16 ounces. It's more like 15, 14. You cannot freeze a jar.
Right.
So I'm giving you 18 ounces. So I'm giving you 2 more ounces for less, and it's in a freezable pouch, which is BPA free. And that gives people the opportunity to defrost it and eat it when they're ready to, instead of hounding me down weekly.
And then I can get my 5 for what, 400?
5 for 100.
Yeah, which it's awesome. I can't say enough about it.
And it's so worth it. I know you did. If you don't follow her on Instagram, we're gonna tag the information below.
All the information.
You definitely need to. One of the things that you talked about was the flavorless sea moss.
Yes.
And putting it on your face.
Oh yeah.
And the benefits that it had, girl. When I say I'm about to dip my whole body, I don't even care. I'm about to take the strawberry one, put it in the tub, and I'm gonna taste like strawberries.
Do the matcha.
Okay.
Do the matcha.
I'm doing a face. Me and Ari are going to have a face mask day tonight. I'm not playing.
Yeah.
So tell me.
First of all, like, we have eczema. Clears that up, moisturizes, get rid of the toxins in your skin. And whatever I'm going through, it's on my face all the time. And even my hands, like I break, ever since my second born, my eczema he's almost 4 years. I've eczema the whole entire time. Like, it's not going away. Steroid creams.
So I'm gonna school you a little bit.
I know it's my diet.
She
You
knew it
about to
already.
get, you about to get me.
She
It's
knew
what
it
you put in.
already.
Yeah,
What you put into your body reflects on the outside of your skin.
Yeah.
My husband is killing me.
So
right now
not
with
just
that one. It's like,
so
you
not
need to
just
drink
the
more
inside of
water.
our body needs minerals, the outside of our body needs minerals too, and that's why you see such a good result when you put the sea moss on your skin. So our skin is the largest organ of our body. So whatever you put on your skin soaks right into your bloodstream. So we need to be very wary about the products that we use. I don't use Dove. I don't use Bath and Body Works. I don't use any of that. Whatever I'm using, it's like plant-based and all natural and like healthy. That's why I really like businesses that sell like the homemade soaps and stuff like that with the oatmeal, and I love that stuff because my skin is like, thank you.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay.
You turn a Dove bottle around. You try to pronounce those ingredients.
You know I use Dove.
So I did. That's what we were raised on. So I did.
Me too. The pink one.
I did 3 months of no Dove. No, there was another one that I used, and
you can tell the difference.
No outbreaks, no nothing. And there's a lotion that triggers my eczema too, and I'm like, oh, like I'll shea butter. I'll be greasy every night, but shea butter, and I like Dr. Bronner's. Like I know I had told you about theirs. There's another one. Soapy Faith is a really good one. You had to order theirs because I'm still praying over them because I need them in stores. But they're a really good one, and they put a lot of oatmeal. You can read all of their ingredients and tell what they are, and a lot of them you can find in your kitchen and just go to the grocery store and get them. And that's what I needed, even for our hair. Like there's a lot of stuff. Like I'm organic glycerin soap, bar of soap. I started washing my hair with that versus the shampoos.
So my sister uses.
Yes, because there's a lot in the black soap, but the organic black soap, because there sometimes people market stuff and they say it's black soap and it's not black soap.
Right.
If I don't have like a rock or something in my soap, I don't want it. This is not African black soap.
If it doesn't scratch you when you're washing
you dyed it black. You called it black soap. And this is Dove in a black. You dyed it because it looks smooth. Like no, it's not supposed. It's
the
not
other
supposed
thing
to look like
that we don't know, or it's not talked about, is our underarms have the largest pores of our body. So it's very, very important that you pay attention to the deodorant that you put on in your underarms.
Okay.
A lot of deodorants have mercury.
Yeah, I've heard about the aluminum.
Like,
phthalates.
I mean, I could go on and on.
Yeah.
But the aluminum is very, very, very bad for us. And what aluminum does is it clogs your pores so that you don't sweat, but we're supposed to sweat, right? That's why when people have like funky underarms, that funkiness is just bacteria because it's clogged and it's not being released. This is another lymphatic section of your body that needs that release. I use Ivory deodorant.
Okay.
And I love it.
It's aluminum free.
It's aluminum free. My underarms smell good all day long, and I feel free. I don't feel like clogged.
Okay.
They actually linked breast cancer to the aluminum.
Oh, I believe it.
Because it's right there.
Yeah.
I believe it. So that's another thing that I'm trying to spread to people and inform people.
Okay, remember that, Sister Circle. No, one of my friends who had breast cancer, it's the same thing. Like she was telling me, she actually sent me some deodorants that were aluminum free. I never followed up. I'm still, but okay, this is the second time I've heard it, so now I'm gonna do it.
I've tried a bunch. I love Ivory.
Okay.
Oh, you know what I did too? So I rubbed her CBD oil on my face, and it works. Like I had an outbreak and my eczema broke out. On your forehead, on the back of your neck, breaks out. 2 days gone.
So on your Instagram page, you have a link about talking about the sea moss on your face. How to use it?
So I think I made a reel or two about it. But you just the easiest way to do it is just put like a spoon into your hand. Like kind of, mush it up because it's the gel, so you gotta liquefy it a little bit. And then you put it all over your face. Me, I put it all over my face. And if it's time to wash my hair, I'll put it all through my hair.
Okay.
It really brings my hair back to life.
Okay.
I'll put it all over my body.
Yeah.
And I'll just, listen to music and dance in my bathroom for a little bit.
Let it sit.
And then I'll rinse it all off.
Okay.
I never even thought about putting that in my hair. I gotta take this off.
It's really good. I mean, it's so surprising, like how your body reacts when it gets those minerals that we've been missing.
Yeah. So I'm gonna do that tonight. But I guess we have to start wrapping up at some point. But I can literally talk to you all day. But the sea moss, just the whole appetite thing, girl. This morning, I had my little sea moss, my little cup, and my husband's making bacon, egg, sausage. She's like, "You want breakfast?" No.
Oh, you turned down bacon?
I'm good. Like, I really was good.
It's so crazy how the sea moss, after eating it for a while, it makes you want to make healthier choices.
Yeah, it took a minute. Don't get me wrong.
I know.
It took a minute.
It's weird. A lot of people tell me after they start eating the sea moss that they're turned off by meat.
Oh, yeah.
Like, it turns them off from meat a little bit. And it's like, I'm like, really? Because that's what it did for me. Yeah. So I don't really like to eat meat like that. Like,
I'm trying to cut back. But I love bacon. And I'm like, for me to turn down bacon, yes, sea moss.
So I'm like a whatever-tarian. I'm not.
You're like my daughter.
I'm not going to sit here and fib, because if I get taken to a nice restaurant and there's a big juicy steak in front of me, I'm eating this.
Give me a little bit there.
I'm eating that steak.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I just don't really care for it. I get my
fish.
I like fish, but it's not something I eat every day, because fish is actually super high in parasites. So out of all the meat, fish is going to be the one that has lots of parasites.
Especially sushi and stuff like that.
I seen a video of a bear in the ocean and there was a bear in the ocean, so the bear was releasing parasites into the ocean. And you could literally see them like crawling in the water, and then the fish were eating off of that. And I was just like, one of my vegan friends said
one of
the
girls that works for me says the same thing. She won't eat any type of fish because she's like, you know what's in the ocean.
Well, you know we all have parasites in our body.
Like
right now. Right now we have parasites.
That's what you see with those cleanses sometimes.
So I have a detox.
I'm nervous about that one. I need to do that one.
I have a detox. It's called GF7. The herbalist is actually from Philadelphia. He's been making this specific remedy for over 12, 13 years now. Very, very wise young man, and he makes amazing tonics.
Okay.
But this specific one, so this is like the week one to the detox. It cleanses your it's a liver flush, but it kills any parasites that you have on site. Yeah. It detoxes your gut completely. So all disease starts in our gut. It comes from what we eat, what we put in our mouth, right? So it cleanses all of that. It's just a shot in the morning and a shot at night for 7 days. And then week 2, it cleanses everything else. So your lymphatic system, your circulatory system, your nervous system. If you have any plaque in your arteries, it's going to clean it out. So it's a full body detox. And I recommend anybody who's watching this to definitely do it, because we all need to do it. I'm actually going to start it tomorrow, and I'm going to document it. Okay. So I'm going to document it. It's going to be made into a reel, but you'll see me every day taking my shot, making an ugly face. Because you know what? Healthy stuff doesn't taste good all the time.
It's a shot. We can get it.
Not everything can taste as good as my sea moss.
She spoiled me with
like, can I mix my sea moss in with that?
No, when it's nasty like that, girl, you just got
to get it down. But when you're doing that, the cleanse, are you eating anything? What are you eating? What can you eat?
I'm not going. It's very recommended to not eat meat and no dairy. So no dairy, no meat. So like leafy greens. Nuts, beans, I really love hummus, and hummus fills me up. That's the chickpeas. I like smoothies. I put protein powder in my smoothies. And then the sea moss fills me.
The sea moss, as long as I can have the sea moss with it to fill me up, I'm good. So that's what I needed to hear. I'm like,
the sea moss makes it easier to do a detox for sure. But a lot of people lose like 10 pounds in 2 weeks.
Do that. I have one more week of indulgence until after my birthday. And then I already said after that I needed to do something. So
I need to hurry up detox before mine.
Get ready for the summer. Okay, so I think we need to start to wrap up. You have any last words other than just try it all? I promise you, we're not making this up. It is so good. You will not be sorry. You won't be sorry. It's been life changing for me, and I can't wait. I got my little portrait photo of my CBD and my
Nice.
sea moss just ready, but I said I didn't want to do it until after this platform.
Yeah,
and then,
I remember the one time we got them mixed up, and I was like, "Where's my CBD?" I was going crazy trying to find it. I almost took hers. I'm like, "You got to share this with us."
So do you know why the CBD works so well?
No.
Because
tell us.
we were actually born with cannabinoid receptors in our brains. So when you intake that cannabis, and I'm not talking about THC, I'm talking about strictly the CBD.
Yes.
And it hits those receptors. Anybody who suffers from chronic pain, that's what it's gonna attack the most, is that chronic pain.
Yeah, and I'm glad you gave that disclaimer, because people often get it confused. Oh, my husband even said, he's like old school, and he's so funny. He's like, oh, well, you got some marijuana? Like, no, it's CBD. It doesn't have the THC in it. And even if it did, I'm not opposed to it. But for people who suffer from chronic pain like myself, the doctor's only remedy is, I'm going to put you on an opioid that is going to totally destroy your brain, destroy your life,
destroy your organs.
Yes, I've seen people that have gotten so addicted until they went to another drug like heroin. Is killing people, is doing all of these things. So why not try something natural that is going to help you? It's not going to make you high, I promise. I've tried it.
It's the only thing that my body hasn't metabolized.
Yeah, because she can't even do pills.
For me, it's crazy. But even down to morphine, it goes in my system in 20 minutes, 15 minutes, it's out. My firstborn, I had 2 epidurals, they didn't even work.
Her body's different.
My doctor was looking at me like, I know I did it right. Like, what is going on? That's when I found out that my body metabolizes drugs differently. So just for like the whole sciatic nerve, and you're like, well, did you take a Tylenol? Did you take a Motrin? I'm like, that's a Tic Tac. Like, I cannot. It's not gonna do anything. So when I took the CBD, in all honesty, I was walking around every day with a heating pad because it had gotten so bad, and I'm not. She has the high tolerance for the pain. I turn into a punk. Like, I cannot do it. I'm like, I'm not doing nothing today. I'm just gonna roll over. God, take the wheel, because I'm done. So then having the CBD, I'm glad I met her right on time, because I had maybe like 2 weeks of pain before it was like, okay, I'm taking this CBD and it is what it is.
And we were talking about this, and I'm like, I'm not gonna cry.
Y'all are making me emotional.
But it's awesome the way God works, because
one time, all the time.
Yes.
He's tasked us with something that's so huge.
Yeah.
And I've been praying, like, God, how am I going to do this? Like, I can't do all of this and have all of this pain. How am I going to do this? And then he sends you. Like, I take nothing for granted. Nothing at this point in our lives, because of what we are seeing God do, is happenstance.
Yeah.
He sent us you. He sent us you for what we needed, and he sent you us for what you need. And we're going to wrap up there, because we're not about to sit here and do all this crying. We're all about to cry.
Like, not on camera. Y'all got to get off so we can drop these tears and want some makeup.
Look at the description. Look at all of her information. Try it all out. We can't wait to hear the testimonials. Please share this video, this episode, with all of your sister friends, your sister circle, to uplift, to help them, let them know that they can overcome adversity and walk in the purpose that God has for them and be successful.
And we tried everything else, because I'm not, and I keep saying it, I'm not the healthy person. So the same way you will drive to McDonald's and you will drive to Wendy's and get your behind in that drive-through line, go on her website, put an order in. You don't even have to give it 30 days. It's not going to take 30 days. But the same way you sit there putting all that junk in your body, try it. And then you getting the benefits of what this does, you're never going to want to give it up.
Yeah, watch the results.
Yeah.
All right, we could go on forever.
I just want to give a quick
disclaimer.
So right now the website is optimoscorewellness.com,
Yes.
but it's changing to optimosorganics.com.
Okay.
But Warren's going to set it up for me so that if anybody visits my old site, it's going to forward them to my new site.
Okay.
I just wanted to drop that tip
Oh,
in.
good.
And just tell you thank you for having me. This was beautiful.
This was amazing.
So
thank you so much.
You came.
Yeah. And we're going to wrap up. And have a good rest of your evening. I can't even get my words out. Have a good rest of your evening, and we will see you soon.
See you.
Bye.